children. Today we are going to learn Form 3 Business Studies first lesson Commerce. Objectives in these lessons are: get an idea about commerce, learn about trade and aids to trade, learn about evolvement of business, identify needs and wants, learn about scarcity and opportunity cost. What is commerce? Commerce means trade and aids to trade. Commerce is concerned with the distribution of goods and services. It does not deal with making goods. Commerce is the study of trade and business activities. It includes all those activities which directly or indirectly facilitate that exchange. Here, banking, insurance, warehousing, advertising, transport and communication provide necessary support to the trade. Commerce creates a link between producer and consumer. What is trade? It's a part of a commerce. Trade is the buying and selling goods and services to make profit. Here, as a medium of exchange, they use money. What is trade? Trade is the buying and selling goods and services to make profit. Then, trade can be divided into two parts: home trade and foreign trade. What is home trade? Home trade means the internal trade of the country. It means buying and selling within the country. Buyer and seller both are in the same country and using the same language. What is foreign trade? It's an external trade of the country, buying and selling between countries. Buyer is in one country and the seller is in another country. Then home trade can be divided into two parts: wholesale and retail. What is wholesale? Buying from producers and manufacturers, usually in bulk, and break them into a smaller quantities and sell them to retailers. What is retail? Selling of goods and services to consumers who make use of them for their own purposes. Now, if we want, we can buy things from retailers. If we want to buy from wholesalers, we have to buy as a bulk because they are giving as a bulk. From retailers, we can buy small quantities. Then first we talk about trade. Trade we divided into two parts: home trade and foreign trade. What is foreign trade? Foreign trade means import and export. What is export? The process of selling goods and services to foreign countries. We think about our country and another country. We export tea, coconut, rubber, cloth, etc. What is import? Buying goods and services from foreign countries. What are the things we import? Bags, shoes, clothes, vehicles, etc. Aids to trade. They provide necessary support to the trade. How does banking and finance help trade? Banks accept money as deposits and allow sellers to receive their payments into their bank accounts. And bank provides bank statements, ATM facilities, and internet and telephone banking. Not only that, bank provide finance for trade and commercial activities in the form of loans, overdrafts, and mortgages. How does insurance help trade? Insurance gives necessary protection against risk. People obtain protection by payment of premium against losses which result from risk. Compensation is provided when the claim is made. So insurance provides financial protection. So many businesses do their trade with confidence. Then warehousing. Warehousing provides storage of goods after processing or manufacturing and after purchase. It enables goods to be stored until they are required. Communication. Communication is very important. It enables people to contact one another. Nowadays, people use different methods to keep the contacts with buyers and sellers. New technological methods they are using to communicate with each other. Internet, email, WhatsApp, Viber, like that different methods they are using to keep contact with each other. Advertising. It is also an important part of marketing goods and services. Advertising used to introduce new products and services, to inform people about new changes in products, or to persuade them to buy. Without advertising and promotion, no one would know of the existence of goods and services. So, advertising is very important for the trade. Then, transport. Transport is the movement of goods, raw materials, equipment and people from one place to another. It may be between primary producer and manufacturers. It may be from manufacturers to wholesalers or from wholesalers to retailer. It may be delivery of goods to consumers. But I think now you have understood how these services support to the trade. Evolvement of business. In the ancient time, human beings enjoyed their life producing their food and other requirements by themselves. Growing vegetables for personal use, sewing clothes for the children. They produce what they want. It is called as self-sufficient economy. What is self-sufficient economy? The system of enjoying their life, producing their foods and other requirements by themselves. They did not exchange things with others. They produce what they want. Earlier people, they produce what they want, but after getting excess harvest or output produced going to be waste. So people thought give excess output to someone else that who did not have the same product and get another which they did not produce. So, different parties exchange product known as barter system. What is barter system? System of satisfying their needs and wants by exchanging the excess production. Here very important thing is there was no currency used in this trade. They are exchanging things for another. Look at this example, fish seller and the pot seller. Pot seller here, he has excess pots. The fish seller also same, he has excess fish. Now a pot seller is waiting for fish and fish seller is waiting for a pot. Now these two persons can exchange things for one another. Instead of pot, he is giving fish. This is called as barter system. Here no currency is used. Limitations of barter system. First one is problem of double coincidence. In the barter system, they exchange things for another. They did not use money. According to our example, a man who wishes to exchange fish for pots must find one who desires to obtain fish and have pots to offer. Then second one is problem of divisibility. How to divide these products? You think wheat or rice easily split up, but cow or goat, which has to be exchanged for clothes, could not be easily divided. So that problem is there. The next one, problem of measuring value. In the barter system, they did not use money. The quantity of an article may be exchanged for another. Then there was a problem. How can they measure? Instead of rice and cow. The next one is problem of storing. Some items, some things we can keep for a long period of time, but like milk, fish and meat, they were not easily stored for a long time. Due to these limitations of barter system, people try to introduce money. Nowadays, these limitations are not there because people use money as a medium of exchange in the trade. Then product. Product means any good or services which might satisfy a need or want. Here product can be divided into two parts, goods and services. Then goods again divide into two, durable goods and non-durable goods. Here durable goods means consumer products that do not need to be purchased frequently because they are made to last for a long period of time, usually lasting for 3 years or more. Examples: TV, washing machine, fridge, cassette recorder and those things. They can keep for a long period of time. Then non-durable goods. Goods that are immediately consumed in one use or have a lifetime of less than 3 years. Examples: food, medicines. For those things we use only short period of time. We are buying these things again and again. Then services. Services can be divided into two: business support service and direct service. What is business support service? The services provided in relation to business. Example, evaluation of customers, processing purchasing order, like that. What is direct service? Direct services are given directly to the person receiving them. Now see, doctor is providing his service to the patient, directly to the person who needs that service. Needs and wants. Needs. Needs means things that people need to survive. Needs are very much essential for our survival. But remember that needs are limited and precise. We don't need everything to live. We need specific number of items to live. Food, water, clothes, shelter. These things are basic survival necessities. These things are very much essential for our lives. Without these things we can't survive. Now moving on to the next part of this, wants. Wants means things that people would like to have. Wants are unlimited. We can have any number of wants. Ice cream, telephone, car, new pair of shoes. We can have any number of wants. Needs, essential for survival. Wants means desires, not essential for survival. Our needs are limited, but wants are unlimited. Think that you want an apple. So, is this apple is necessary for you to survive? No. If you don't have an apple, you will not die, isn't it? Yes. We will have any number of wants. You might also want to have a fun with your friends, go on trip, buy a car. But without these wants, without fulfilling these wants, we can survive. All these are your desires, not essential for survival. Economic problem. We'll see what is scarcity. Now we talk about wants. Wants are unlimited, but we have limited resources to satisfy our wants. A situation that arises from unlimited wants but limited resources to satisfy those wants are known as scarcity. What is scarcity? A situation that arises from unlimited wants but limited resources to satisfy those wants are known as scarcity. This is the basic economic problem. Resources. Look at this example, then you can have a clear idea about resources. Furniture. If we want to make furniture, we need wood, labor and machines. So these are the resources that we need to make furniture. What is resources? Resources refer to the physical material or money or the finance or any sort of item which help you to make something. We talk the resources are limited. Because of that, the businessman, the people should think what to produce, how to produce, whom to produce. Why should they decide this? Why should you take these decisions? Because we have limited resources. Due to the basic economic problem, the scarcity, insufficiency, people should select the best alternative. When they select best one, they have to give up another one. So what is opportunity cost? The next best alternative given up by choosing another item. Here look at this example. Here television and the mobile phone is there. If he think to buy television, he has to give up the mobile phone. Then the opportunity cost is the cost of the mobile phone. He has to give up mobile phone and he has to select the best alternative. Always they are thinking to select the best one. Why? Because of the scarcity, because of limited resources are there, unlimited wants are there. When we try to fulfill our unlimited wants using limited resources, the problem scarcity arises. Due to scarcity, people should select the best one. When they select the best one, they should give up another one. It is called as the opportunity cost. The chain of production. There are three types of production: primary, secondary and tertiary. Primary sector means the first stage of production. It is concerned with obtaining or extracting natural resources from the earth, such as mineral, raw materials or food. The secondary means the second stage of production, where primary stage things turn into finished goods. Tertiary sector means the third stage of production involves the provision of services. Look at these examples. Primary sector. Milk comes under primary sector. When milk is turned into cheese, butter or yogurt, those things comes under secondary sector. Milk turn into finished goods. Then look at the second example, wood. Using wood can make furniture. Wood comes under primary sector, furniture comes under secondary sector. Fruits. Fruits, primary sector. Then jam or fruit salad comes under secondary sector. Then the tertiary production, all the services can be divided into two: direct services and indirect services. Direct services means personal nature and are given directly to the person receiving them. For example, teachers, lawyers, nurses, soldiers. What is indirect service? This type of service is concerned with assisting the distribution of the output from both primary and secondary production. Examples: banking, insurance, advertising, like that. I think you all have understood what is commerce, then what is opportunity cost, what is scarcity, what is limited resources, what is needs and wants, then what are the three types of production. I think now you have a good knowledge about those things. So again you go through your first lesson, listen to this video and try to memorize this lesson. Thank you.